And this is Jennifer.
Yay! It's been a little bit.
We're back.
We've got some catching up to do. Jennifer's wearing her Kentucky sweatshirt that I gave her.
Representing y'all. Kentucky in the house.
She said that she got a lot of acknowledgement today wearing that in Michigan.
I literally wore it in one store, and I got two people. One lady was from Louisville, and her husband went to college there, and she went to college there. And then another gentleman on my way back to my car, this is at Home Depot, he screams out, "We got a new coach!" I was like, yeah, okay. I had no idea what he was talking about. I had to ask Karyl, and then she schooled me on it.
Yeah, we were ready
so
for
that's
a
big
new coach.
Deal.
We left Calipari. Lot was good. It's time for him to go. So now Pope stepped in. So today was a huge, his announcement at Rupp Arena. There's tons and tons of people there. They brought in a big tour bus looking thing and brought the team from the 96 championship was on there, and Pope came off the bus last holding the trophy, and it was a really big deal today because they made it a really big deal because the fans were so needed this. They were so ready to have a new coach, and our basketball team getting back better again. So we're excited. So we have hope with Pope.
Cool. Hope with Pope.
I love it.
Cool.
So Jennifer,
I just came back from visiting Kentucky. We were in Arizona together, and then you went home, I went home, and then I drove. Yes, guys, I drove to Kentucky instead of flying, and that was almost 7-hour drive, but worth it because to fly from Michigan to Lexington is 2 planes. So what's the point? I could just drive and then make it was easy. So drove there, and I spent a week with Karyl and her hubby and the puppies, the babies, and her family, and it was fun. So that's what we're going to talk about today, our visit.
And Jennifer has just been traveling everywhere. She was only back from Phoenix for a couple of days before you came
and
down
then I
here.
had to turn it right back around. Yep. I was tired, too. I was like, and you even said, "Jennifer, I understand if it's too much and if you want to reschedule." And I'm like, no, I'm not rescheduling. I've committed to this. So I pushed through and we did it. I'm glad I came. It was really fun.
Well, we're all so happy you did. Everybody loves Jennifer. Everyone.
Aw, thank you.
Luther, stop. This is my ring light. So, I've got to show a couple little things real quick. Here's a cactus I brought back from Phoenix. I saw it at the airport. I'm like, okay.
That's not the one that attacked you.
That's not the one I fell into or grabbed onto. And then I also have our rock. Christy and Christy and Becky, or was it just Christy picking up the rocks? I don't know, but I washed it up really good. It's really pretty. So I got it on my desk.
That's nice. I don't know where mine is. Mine's probably still packed because I haven't unpacked all the way from that trip yet. It's probably still in my backpack.
So Jennifer came and spent, she got down here on Saturday before Easter. So she spent Easter with my family, Jeremy's family, in Winchester. She went to Mass with me and Andrew and my son-in-law Andrew and Penny and the kids. So
Catholic Mass.
Catholic
Mass. That was awesome. It was literally an
ended
hour.
On time. That's what I like.
For those people that go to a black church, let me just let y'all know something. We were in and out in an hour, y'all. I wasn't hungry. My stomach wasn't growling. I was just trying to figure out when to kneel. You know how you have that kneeling thing? I was trying to figure out when to kneel, when to say whatever we were saying. I was focused. I was in the zone. But man, we got in and out of there in an hour. I was surprised.
And somebody who has anxiety like I do, I need to be on schedule. I have that. If you say you're going to start at a certain time and end at a certain time, I really am counting on that.
Well, I think we set.
But I'll still go to your
at my church. We
you.
don't. You'll go. Okay. Well, just to let you know, there's a specific starting time. But
Right,
there's not an
I'll-
ending time.
I'll
It's
be
whenever
prepped
Jesus
for
says
it.
it's time to go. So
I'll be
yeah, but there's
prepped. I'll have
definitely
my
a
mind
starting
ready.
time. Okay. So we'll have to talk about that one next time. Next time you come to Michigan, you're going to have to go to my Pentecostal church, Church of God in Christ. Renaissance. Shout out to Renaissance.
go.
What up, y'all?
So Jennifer came, so we went to Winchester after that. We ate food, visited. So my brother and his daughter showed up. I think it's the only ones in my family that showed up. My mom was not feeling well. And the rest was Jeremy's immediate family, basically, nephews and nieces and stuff like that. So it was just a really wonderful day. It ended up being just beautiful weather. It was perfect. Perfect.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to find the picture of us all, like the group photo. Oh, here, I found it.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I'm going to show. Here, I'll try to show it. I'm going to try. Yeah, I think I can do it. Yeah. Okay. This is the group photo.
Yeah, that was all of us.
This is Easter. And I'm so excited about, okay, these three right here. Those guys are triplets. Yay.
Thank
And
you. Oh my
here's
gosh.
everybody. Yes.
Everybody.
And
is so sweet.
these are her grandbabies. There's 1, 2, 3. Those are Karyl's
Those are
grandbabies.
mine.
Aww. And that's her daughter over here and her son-in-law. Ooh, sorry. Here. Find me, guys.
There's
Where
my
am I? No, I'm just
brother
kidding.
in the blue shirt.
Oh, yeah, your brother's over here. Yeah.
My brother.
And your niece, right?
My niece Abby, yeah.
Yep. And then there's her husband. And there's me. And there's her son, Andrew.
And I see Amanda.
And everybody else.
Matthew. Lamb, Melody, Maxwell.
Everybody.
Everybody there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this was
Everybody
fun.
there. Yeah.
There's a lot of food. A lot of
Yeah.
food.
I was like, I didn't want to host this year, so I asked my mother-in-law, I'm like, would you mind if my family just kind of comes to your thing? I just didn't feel like
That was a good idea.
for me cooking and hosting, and so it worked out great.
Work smarter, not harder.
That's
We're getting smart in
right.
our older age, I think. Yeah.
And then
That's
after
what's up.
that, after Easter, I guess a couple of days later, I took Jennifer to Keeneland Horse Track. First time she's been. And
But before that, didn't we go to yoga, hot yoga?
Oh yeah, that's right. See, I'm
Did we do
getting
hot
ahead of
yoga?
myself.
Okay, because I'm
Hot
looking at my
yoga was
pictures. They're in
great.
order, I think. Woo, look, this is us after hot yoga. We almost died, y'all. We were so sweaty. I mean, the sweat was dripping into my eyes, and it was
Yeah.
burning.
Yeah, I just had a.
But I think I don't know how much weight I lost, but I had to have lost something because all that sweat
Oh.
that was coming off.
I really enjoyed it. Andrew said he would like to go try it. So, but I want to do.
Thank
the
God it was
rowing.
only a half hour. Shoot, I'm so glad it was only a half hour because I barely made that.
Oh, I know. Oh my God. My poor dog's coughing. Oh, I know. That was
fun.
rough, but it was so fun and so clean. What was the name of that
Yeah.
place again? I forgot the name of it.
Oh,
Hot Work?
man.
Is it Hot Work?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
It's off of Liberty Road in Lexington, and I told Jennifer I've done hot yoga before years ago, and I gave her heads up that it's going to smell like stinky, dirty feet.
I was ready for it.
Disgusting. But I was like, but you'll sweat. We got there, and it didn't smell like anything. It was totally clean and sanitary. I couldn't believe it. I was really like telling Jennifer like my past experiences with the hot yoga.
And it was
Those
even cool for people with
stinky-
like social anxiety because it's like in this like small room and it's kind of like off,
Yeah, it's
you're
in
off
a
by
sauna.
yourself and it's like
Yeah.
so nice. So
Exactly.
nice.
And before I told Jennifer I went to this one place, and you're in a studio with a lot of other people. And I told Jennifer once, I was doing downward facing dog, and I looked up, and there was this man in front of me. Oh my God, his junk was hanging right out of his shorts. It was disgusting.
Oh my gosh,
disgusting.
I can't.
That's the last time I went to. I went
I
home and I
cannot.
told Jeremy, I was like, I was scarred. I was like, I looked up and there's those things flapping in my face, basically. I'm not going
Wait, you
back.
can't unsee that. You can't unsee that. That's horrible.
Flapping.
I would have been like, look, I would have been like, excuse me, sir, you're going to need to handle that. There's some stuff going on that I shouldn't be seeing.
Like, at least put some underwear on, right, or something.
Oh my goodness.
So that's the last
That
time I
is
went. So I was really not sure what to expect of this place. But yeah, we had our own sauna, and it was just me and Jennifer in there. I think it's supposed to fit up to at least 4. I don't really know how you put 4 in there.
I don't
maybe.
either.
I don't know.
We could have maybe got 3 in there, but 2 was perfect.
Yeah, 2 was perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And we had it up to like 121 degrees. I think it could go up to 126, but they recommended for your first time to do like 120, 121. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was cool. It was a video. It was like basically you go in there and you're watching a video. Like you're at home watching a video on YouTube. You're watching a video and you're just mimicking the moves that they're doing. So
yeah.
It's a pretty good business model.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God. And I have my
Smart.
neighbor, Paula. She's got a sauna in her basement, and I'm going to tell her she needs to stop using it for storage and start doing yoga in it.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For real.
I need a sauna.
But then after yoga, then I think we did make it to Keeneland and the castle. Oh, where's my purse? Oh, I had a postcard I wanted to show, but I left my purse over there, so I can't get it.
Oh yeah. But did you get to mail those?
Oh, maybe I didn't mail. I was supposed to mail them from Kentucky when I was there, and I forgot. So no, I handed my dad his today because I went and saw Dad today. So I handed him his. I delivered it in person. The other 2 are still in my purse for my mom and Rhea that I'm going to send out. But
good.
I think I have pictures from that too, from when we went to this castle. It's called the Kentucky Castle.
In Versailles, Kentucky.
And it's so cool, the story behind it. I'll let Karyl tell the story behind the castle and how it was built, and I'll find the picture while she's telling us that.
I'll just give like the really quick breakdown. Basically, this man and this woman got married, and they went over into Europe and honeymooned, I think for a few months, if I'm correct. And they visited all these castles. And so when they came back to Kentucky, he decided he was going to build his wife a castle. So there we are. That's us. I love it. This is a good picture.
It's like my first time looking at them, I think.
But anyway, needless to say, he never did complete the castle himself because him and his wife, it wasn't happily ever after. He did end up passing. I can't remember when, but she's still alive. She lives in Lexington, and she has nothing to do with that castle at all. She's never stepped foot back in there.
That is so crazy to me.
But now,
let someone build me a castle. I would be there.
Well, it actually burnt down, too. It burnt, and then some investors actually bought it, and they started, it's like a hotel there. You can stay there. And also, you can go there and eat. We went and had breakfast there. And they usually have all kinds of cute events. They have murder mystery, which I want to do that the next time you're in. We'll do murder mystery. And sometimes they'll have, like, father-daughter balls. You can take your little girl dressed up. My niece. Yeah,
since we watch so much Dateline, that murder mystery thing, I think we'd be great at that. I think we'd be really good at it.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm so obsessed with Dateline.
Me too. I watch it while I go to sleep, in my sleep. I start dreaming. I start having dreams because of it, I think. Nightmares, really. But look, and I had a latte there. It. Look at the latte. This is my latte.
It looks like a cinnamon roll.
I know. It was so good. It was so yummy.
I had biscuits and gravy and coffee.
You did. Yeah.
And it was so good.
I forget what I had. It was some egg thing, but it was good too.
And we spent like 2 hours there. We did. We spent 2 hours sitting there just drinking our coffee and eating and then just taking it all in. Oh,
there's her biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Looks so good. I didn't even get to taste it. You did offer, but I didn't want to taste it.
It was really good. A little salty, but it was good. I think I don't really eat a lot of salt anymore. Oh, yeah.
Those are the grits that I had. And then I also had... Good. Yeah, they were really good. And then I had this, whatever they called it. It's egg something. I don't remember what they called it, but it was good. It was really good, too. Yeah, it was all good.
And then we walked around the castle. We looked in the ballroom, and we went on the top of the castle and looked around and walked around the castle. We just really just took it in. It was very relaxing. I really thought it was going to be crazy because it was opening day at Keeneland. I really thought there was going to be a lot of people there at the castle because it's only like a few miles from Keeneland, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
really happy.
it was not. I think it's because of the weather. It was kind of cold that day, so I think that the weather kind of like made some people not want to come out.
It was a little chilly. We had to wear jackets. Nobody was really wearing their cute little dresses or anything that day because it was just too chilly. You never know what.
You let me borrow your jacket. I got to borrow your jacket. I love that jacket. Jeremy did a good job picking that out.
If you come to Keeneland,
so this was my first time going to any like horse racing stuff. Like it was my first experience ever, and so you were like schooling me on everything and showing me like, oh, they're gonna take the horses around here to show them before they go out to the track. And then I'm like, who are those people walking in behind the horses? She's like, those are the owners. They own it all. I'm like, oh, okay.
So the owners, trainers.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was so cool. It was really cool. Really neat.
My uncle actually races some of his horses there at Keeneland. One of them won something last year. I don't know. But beautiful horses for sure. And Jennifer got to learn how to play some bets.
I did. Here's me betting. Well, there's my bet slips, I think, or whatever you call them.
And there's her fancy champagne.
My $8 million champagne. When they said the total, I double took. I'm like, huh? She's like, oh, I knew it was going to be that expensive. I'm like, whew, I was holding on to that champagne for dear life. I'm like, by golly, I am not dropping this. And I drank every last bit of it, too.
Like for 2 drinks, it was like $40 for 2 glasses. But I knew it was going to be that much because the first time I did it, I was like, what the heck did I just buy? It wasn't even in a real glass. It was plastic. I was like, what did I just pay for?
Right.
But I already knew it was going to be expensive. I'm like, we're going to have to get us some champagne while we're there because I didn't drink that. I usually drink beer and stuff at Keeneland. But
here's the horses. Here's 2 horses in the background where you could actually, who cares about me, but look at the horses. That's the fun part. And then she taught me about like how to look at the screen to know if they're going to race on the dirt or if they're going to race on the turf. Is it called turf?
Turf. Yeah.
Turf. Yeah. So she was teaching me all that. I'm all schooled on all that now too. So that was really cool. And then one of the horses came up to us when they were, it was one of the horses that helps the horses that are racing, I think. I don't think it was a race horse.
No.
Yeah. And he came up to us and we got to pet him. That was so exciting to me. I was so excited I got to pet a real horse.
Of that.
I know. We were so excited in the moment. We didn't have our phones out.
Yeah.
So we didn't get a picture of it, but we enjoyed it.
Our seats were in the grandstand, but we went down close to the track to watch a few races, get close and watch them run by.
Yeah.
So I used to love
And this is where our seats were. We were right here, under the covering.
Thank Jesus.
So that was cool. Yeah. Right.
And neither one of us
really
won big, but it was fun, you know.
It was fun. I didn't win anything. Like
Karyl,
you did good.
I think I broke even. Or I won
You
an
did
extra
so good though.
$1.
Every time we had a race, like one of your horses won something. So, and every time I had a race, none of my horses won. Basically, all my horses always came in last place. So if you could win for having your horse come in last place, I would have been a winner. Because a lot of mine came in last. But that's okay. But it was fun.
I like betting on the underdogs too sometimes, you know, in hopes to win. So, because you never know.
Because if you win, it's like a lot of money. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So.
But yeah, I think we had a lot of fun. Anything else happen there? Anything exciting? I don't know.
You saw your neighbor. Like, out of all those thousands of people that were there, someone's like, Karyl! I'm like, what?
It was Sandy, my neighbor. Yeah, she's there. She was doing something for her grandson's scouts or something, I think. But it was just out of the blue. Yeah. I hardly ever run into anybody I know there. Hardly ever.
It was nice to see the culture of horse racing and the crowd that comes and how they dress. Like, even the young boys were dressed to a T. Like, they were about it. They were ready. It was cool.
There's this one table of women, though, inside that. They had their homework laid out in front of them on who to bet on. I mean, they were like, you could tell they were really serious. They were so cute, those women. Jennifer's like, we should go over there and ask them who they're betting on.
I know.
They really did look like
Right.
they had their stuff together.
And they literally were there all day in the same spot. Yeah, they were there the whole time.
They're like,
they were watching it inside.
time.
Yeah, they were inside watching it on the TV screens, and had 3 tables pushed together, standing up, and they had their books out, turned to different pages, and had their pens, and they were writing stuff, and it was a whole thing.
Well,
so
we
was
also
cool.
had tickets for this past Wednesday to go to the equestrian room and eat, but Jeffrey and Kendra couldn't make it up. So basically, those tickets went to waste. They didn't get used.
Oh.
They had grandstand tickets and the equestrian room, so they didn't get used. You couldn't return them. So I think I don't think you could return them. But we thought you could, but you couldn't. And it was ugly that day anyway. So I guess if you were going to go, the equestrian room would have been perfect. But you still have to walk to get there, so you're going to get rained on. It was really ugly. It was really ugly Wednesday. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of, money down the drain, but not a lot, I guess. So
yeah,
try it again next time.
One of the things we talked about doing this for a long time, because you've always told me about where you grew up, and you kind of told me a little bit, you gave me a glimpse of kind of a little bit of what it was like where you grew up compared to where you are now in Kentucky, the differences in the city you live in now versus the city that you grew up in. And we always talked about going there, because I've been to Kentucky a couple times, and this time we finally went. So I was so excited to go back to see where you grew up. And what's so cool is I used to say our friend Christy has the memory of an elephant, but I swear you do too, because
I just did
the way you took me through there, you remembered everything. It was amazing.
I was going to say, don't ask me what I did yesterday, but I can tell you all about my upbringing. I can tell you a whole lot.
She was pointing out places where the buildings didn't even exist anymore. She's like, right there used to be a house, and right next to it there was this tree, and then I'm like, whoa, there's nothing there right now, but okay, I believe you. And then she'd be like, and this is the name of this place, and then right as we passed by it, I look at the sign on the building, and it was the name that she just said before she could see it. And I'm like, yeah, she really knows this. She knows this is her stomping grounds. Yeah. So where did we go? Too, what is it called?
Sorry. Well, I think initially maybe Jennifer thought too I was just going to take her to Pikeville.
Yeah.
Down Pikeville. But that's not where I grew up. I went to Pikeville all the time. It's where you had to go buy groceries and stuff basically, or clothes. But I wanted to take her really where I grew up. So I took her to, I guess we started off around Shelbyana. And we went that way I took her all these different places. I lived in so many different places in the same area. It's just weird. I don't know. I took her to showed her a lot of places. So I took her to Shelbyana. I took her to Collins Highway at Buckfield. I remember when I was driving at Buckfield that day, I was like, gosh, this road seemed like it was so much bigger when I was little. It's just a little road, and Jennifer's like, what do you do when somebody comes your way? You have to pull off the side of the road and let them go by, or they do. So somebody's got to
back up. She was saying sometimes you just back up. Like, what? Then I was all anxiety filled. I'm like, I hope nobody comes, because we're going to have to back up.
But I showed her where I lived at Buckfield, and I showed her where Kenny's friend James grew up. Then we went from there all the way up to Long Fork. I showed her places where I lived at that way, and I showed her where our elementary school, Jeff Johnson, used to be. It's not there anymore. We stopped at one place that I lived at. It's the only place. I think it's the only time we got out of the car. I just had to get out and just take a look around. It's just, I don't know. I had a weird feeling with me that entire day and a few days after. It was just, because where I grew up, it's interesting to see where I grew up, I think, even for me. It just seems like it was seriously another life, a different lifetime. But I was so happy to kind of show Jennifer my roots, because these are my roots, so I'm not ashamed of where I'm from. I'm not ashamed of how I was raised. It is what it is. And And like I told Jennifer multiple times when we were there, don't judge the area by what I'm saying, because I'm going by my childhood memories. It has really nothing to do with the area. So,
Right.
then I took her up Marshall's Branch, where Ernest, Jeremy's father, used to, hang out as a child, and showed her one of my friends' homes at Marshall's Branch. Told her it's the happiest place I've ever spent my childhood was at her home. I mentioned her before in the past. Thank God, her house is like a sanctuary for me. Then I took her on up Long Fork, showed her where right fork of Long Fork is and left fork of Long Fork. Fork's off. But I just wanted to show her, like, I don't know, if you ever kind of want to know what it's like where I grew up, watch the show Justified. It's
on Netflix?
Close, yes, it's close. Close to kind of like how I grew up. And I definitely know people just like the characters in the show. I'm like, oh my God, I'm related to somebody just like that. Or I love that show. But it was interesting to go back and see, where I grew up, and took her at Versailles and showed her the middle school that I went to, which used to be the high school that my older siblings went to. I took her, showed her around everywhere. I just wanted to take her. She knows what a holler is now.
Yes.
She knows
That's
what
that
the mouth
slim
is.
road. That's that slim road that only has room for one car.
It's not a hollow. It is not a valley. It's a holler. That's just what it's called. I don't know why, but that is the proper terminology. But she knows what the mouth of the holler means, which is the beginning of, like, the neighborhood holler, way, way back. Like, there's the mouth of the holler, there's the head of the holler. You gotta go all the way up there to get to the head. And so she got to learn a little bit of that. I didn't really realize that she didn't know what a holler was. Did you know what a holler was when I had that title, From the Holler to the Hamptons?
No, I didn't, and I should have asked you. I should have said, what does that even mean? I didn't. I was like, I don't know. But yeah, now I know what it is.
The entire time you didn't know what I was talking about. Yeah, that's why I always said, like, geez, you see where I came from. Anybody can do anything, I'm telling you. It doesn't matter where you're born and raised or what. It doesn't matter.
With God on your side, you can do anything.
Sky's the limit.
Ma'am, God is on your side. I'll tell you that. He has blessed you. You guys are so blessed, and it's such
so what did you
it's
think?
I love it.
I would look at you, and sometimes you were quiet. I'm like, what is she thinking? And Jennifer never said anything negative. Only thing she really said was, like, what do people do here for a living? Like, where's the stores? Where's the hospital?
I know that was like coming from like where
far
I
away.
come from versus your experience. Like when you were showing me all the different places that you lived, I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, that must have been really challenging. Because I literally, where I grew up, I lived in the same place from like 1981 to 1997, same house.
Wow.
So when you said, and I used to live here, and my house isn't here now, but I used to be here, and then I was here, and then I was like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? That must have been really, really hard. And then I noticed too, like you were saying, my friend lived here, and then we keep driving and be like, I swear 10 minutes, and you'd be like, and this is where this friend lives. As you can see, we can't walk to each other's houses because it's so far, everything's so far apart. Like where I grew up, you could just run down the street, go next door to your friend's house, go down the street to this friend's house, and where you were, like, there's no way of getting to your friends because there's really no sidewalks either to get there. So, like, you couldn't walk even if you wanted to. I don't know, but that's the thing I noticed.
Yeah, that was, and luckily, even though I lived in so many different homes, it was all in the same area, so I still basically going to school with the same kids that I knew from kindergarten all the way through high school, So
so
we
that's
all
good.
Grew up together. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the one thing that I remember about my trip there was when you talked about, and you were showing me where they built it's like a highway. And there's 2 lanes going one direction and 2 lanes going the other direction. And what they call it the 4-lane.
The 4-lane.
It's the 4-lane, and it was a really big deal.
And guess what we called it after they opened up 2 more lanes on a lane on each side? Called it 6-lane.
6-lane.
It was so funny because my brother Magnum, I was telling him about what you said when you were like 4-lane. I was like, oh yeah, that's just what we call it here. Not the highway or freeway, nothing like that. It's the 4-lane. Magnus said when he lived over in Germany, he kept wanting to call the Autobahn the 4-lane. It's just so funny. Because, here I don't call New Circle the 4-lane, or it's just a back home thing that we all call the 4-lane.
Yeah, and then the funny thing too is when they opened the 6-lane, or they made it 6 lanes in some part of the 4-lane.
Freaking out.
You were telling me about the lady somebody that was freaking out about it. They're like, "Why would we? I'm not driving on the 6 lane." Like it was a big old deal.
They were freaking out.
I thought that was funny. One of the things that I thought was like, am I the only black person up in this joint? Because I didn't see any black people, except I guess when we went to the restaurant that we went to, was it Drake's?
In Pikeville, you will. In Pikeville, the city area, you will. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see, but I guess there are a couple of black folks in there that I didn't see when we stopped to eat. But yeah, I just noticed that I didn't see anybody that looked like me like the whole day. So that was just like, okay.
Well, it was
no
eerie,
black
too.
folks here.
Well, when I took you up, like Long Fork and Virgin, I don't think we saw any signs of life. I don't know where everybody was at.
There were no earthlings because
nobody was on
there was nobody. Yeah, that's true.
Where did they all go?
That's why, Karyl, that's why I was like, we need to go up. We should have gone up in Walmart, because I don't care where you live at. If you go into Walmart, guys, you can get an idea for the scope and like what the population is like and all that. So, but we didn't go into Walmart, but they had a Walmart.
Yeah, and Walmart, there's like, the command center. That's where everybody congregates.
The command center?
The command center. Yeah. You run into everybody there. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
My mom, I go out with my mom. She knows everyone. Everybody knows her. It's very different from living here in Lexington. I can go years and never run into somebody I know. It's so funny. But my mom,
not there.
It's different in a small town, yeah. But yeah, Jennifer, so I took her downtown, and I thought it was so cute. It was definitely not busy that day.
Yeah, everything was closed.
Everything was closed.
But we got some really cute pics. Like, look at this pic.
Yeah, we could stand in the middle of the street.
Look at her. Look at her. In front of the angel wings. I like that. And then there's like, this thing. I wonder if we got it with both of us. The umbrellas. Yeah, the umbrellas. The alley.
That was so cute.
Had all these beautiful umbrellas in there.
The
I thought that was cool.
It's just so pretty. It is so pretty.
Yeah.
It really is. They really, it's just so colorful now. That's us.
Yeah. There's us together.
But we were going to eat
here's the other thing. But nothing was open. Yeah. Oh, but the other thing I wanted to tell you. The what?
That sign you saw on that one boutique.
Oh, yeah. I think I took a picture of it, too. Yes, it said, oh, my gosh. Okay, because it said Sunday closed. Praise Jesus, or thank you, Jesus, or praise God, or something like that. Closed. Praise God. That was cute. I thought that was really cute. And then
when we went to, go ahead.
I was just trying to remember where is. I was trying to see. I don't remember what I was gonna say, but you did have to treat me to the special meal that we had been talking about for months and months and months.
We will get to that.
Okay.
But we went to Drake's, and it just opened. It just opened there like a week or so ago. So it's the new. There we are at Drake's in Pikeville. That's the new thing. When a new restaurant goes in, man, that is a big deal. So we pulled up Sunday, right after church, I guess, basically. And I walked in to see how long of a wait. It's going to be 1 hour and 15 minutes to get a table. And they're like, but if you want to sit at the bar, there's plenty of room at the bar. And I was thinking, well, yeah, of course we'll eat at the bar, of course. And I started thinking, I remember when Applebee's was there, I couldn't hardly get my sister to go to Applebee's because there was a bar in it. Some people are very religious back home, and like if you get caught sitting at the 's at all, then they're going to go back to their church and let them know you were a bad girl.
Oh gosh!
It's seriously, like you heard my mom. My mom had to take some pictures off of Facebook because people at her church were saying things. So
yeah.
So we went to the bar. It was fun, We had an appetizer, and I had beer, and you had Coke with grenadine. Diet Coke with grenadine,
Yeah.
right?
Coke Zero with
But we were
grenadine because they
getting
didn't have
ready
cherry
to-
Coke.
But we were getting ready to leave, and like I said, there's tons of room at this bar, and these men sat right down beside us, Jennifer. And they're not bad looking. They're not bad looking guys. But I was like, I figured there was a reason why they sat right beside of her. They ended up
I
getting
know.
one
All
you
of a sudden,
didn't
I
know,
felt
Jennifer.
something next to me. I looked over. I looked and I said, "Well, there's plenty of room. Why in the world is he sitting so close? Why did he choose to sit right next to us?" But come to find out, he was a little tipsy. I think he had a couple before he strolled into the bar.
He was wanting to buy
So he was a little
drinks
drunk.
for us. I told Jennifer
Yeah, I was
she
like,
was
"Oh, no
interested. We could have
thanks."
hung back and, she could have got the no.
I told her no. It was a hard no for me. But flattering, thank you. But kind of not because he was drunk, so he probably would have hollered at anybody.
God, I
But,
hope
yeah, that
both
was
of them
cute.
wasn't drunk because he was driving.
I don't know. I didn't even get to talk to the one that was
no
on the other
public
side of him.
transportation there. I don't even know if
That's-
they run Ubers there.
That's for sure. Like I literally, I was like, "How? What if you don't have a car? What do you do?" And you
She
need a
asked
car.
me, That's what
You basically
she's
need
like,
a car.
so you gotta have a car to live here. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
definitely. I noted that. Yeah.
But I'm so glad I took Jennifer because, I didn't purposely never take Jeremy to all the places that I lived. I just never really
Just never
thought about
did.
it. Because when I go to Pikeville, I think about the reason I'm there. I don't really think about my past or anything like that. I just focus on what I'm. So that's what was so weird about that trip was I had to put myself in that position of remembering, purposely making myself remember some things. So
Yeah.
it was just really, really weird, just strange. But I wanted Jennifer.
It was an
I'm like,
emotional day too.
It
Let's
was,
just,
it
it was
was.
an emotional day
Yeah.
for you.
I felt very
Which-
strange.
yeah.
Yeah. I knew I would. 'cause the
I
night
thought it
before
was-
I was started feeling weird. But
But you did great. You did great.
yeah, and I'm glad I did it.
And-
Now maybe I'll take Jeremy on the journey. Because I don't think Jeremy really knows all the different places I lived and things like that. So I wanted you to see where I grew up, not like Pikeville, the town. I wanted you to really see where I grew up. That's why
Right.
I always tell everybody what it justifies pretty darn close to like how I grew up. So.
Remember the church that the one time where you said where we got out, and it used to be a church, but your dad I think turned it into a pawn shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a picture. I have a picture in front of it here.
Yeah, that's it.
And so it
Probably
used to be
not
a
the
pawn
best-
shop, and your dad used to like have a whole bunch of stuff in there and sell stuff,
Yes.
and people used to come in
Guns,
and
everything. Yeah.
wow.
It was really
That's
not
awesome.
a good business to have in that area. It was so remote to have a pawn shop. Maybe if you did like a little grocery store, that would have been way better. Way better.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was not a very good decision on his part. I don't know.
Remember the other thing that I was so excited about when we drove by it and I made you stop so I could take a picture? Do you remember? And I was so excited about it. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's the zebra? There's a zebra.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
saw a zebra. There was cattle and then all of a sudden there's a zebra. Like there's a zebra. And so I'm like, I gotta take a picture of the zebra. Look at it.
My neighbor here in Lexington, Paula, that's her mom's place. Her mom and brothers and stuff have it. And she's got a brother here in Lexington too who has zebras and llamas and everything you can think of under the sun. But yeah, it's really weird to be in Eastern Kentucky and all of a sudden there's a zebra.
And then the
They
other
have,
thing
like,
that
a
really excited me,
longhorn.
the tadpoles.
The
We saw tadpoles
yeah.
when we got out.
Yeah.
She's like, they were
catch
there
them
when
on
I
the
was
little-
young too. Look at all those tadpoles.
We used to catch them. We used to go in the creeks, go wading in the creeks and turn over rocks and catch crawdads and
Oh, that is so
Yeah.
cool.
nice country
That is
stuff.
so cool.
And my kids actually got to do that too when Rose and Ernest still lived in Pikeville. They lived, there's creeks everywhere, as you pointed out. There's lots of creeks. So Penny and Andrew would be in the creeks, and they would catch crawdads and things and play in the creek. Yeah, there's lots of creeks there, that's for sure. Like everywhere you
Yes,
look. I
there
never
were a
realized
lot of
that until
creeks.
you were pointing it all out. I'm like, I never really noticed that. Yeah.
And then you were explaining to me about like how it floods there sometimes. It's
Oh
flooded in the
yeah.
past and people couldn't afford flood insurance because it's just so expensive. So a lot of people lost everything and
Yep.
just how detrimental it was to a lot of people when the
Yeah, a
flooding
couple of years
happened.
ago it was very devastating. They're still cleaning up in parts of eastern Kentucky. Some kids and grown-ups and stuff lost their lives, Just it was a
Wow.
flood that came in the middle of the night. Nobody was ready for it. So it was really, really sad. So yeah, there's still
Yeah.
people displaced there, waiting for like homes to go to, and yeah,
Wow.
it was really
Yeah.
sad.
But yeah, that was fun. We had fun. That was
Yeah,
a
and we
good
stopped and
day.
called my
How many
mom.
hours was it away from Lexington where your house is in Lexington? It took us a
About
while to get there.
yeah, about 3 hours really to get probably like to
Yeah.
Shelbyana and up there. Because I
Yeah.
took her down on the highway all the way to Versailles. I wanted to take her through Shelbyana the old way before the 4-lane opened that section.
The 4-lane.
The 4-lane.
Yeah. We turned off the 4-lane and we went the back way.
But yeah, I mean, I'm so glad I showed you everything. You saw where I grew up, and we stopped and visited my mother, and she
Oh
was
yeah.
tickled pink.
Let's show that picture. I got a picture. You're so good. You're always thinking about, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. She's good at that. So I always get lots of pictures when I'm with Karyl because
It's my mama.
she thinks to take a picture. There's your mommy. And we got to hang
Mom loves
out.
Jennifer. She loves Jennifer.
And I love her. I love her so much too.
But
So
my mom
we got
wants
to
to
say hi
take
to her.
Jennifer on another road trip to Knott County in eastern Kentucky, where my mom grew up. She can really point out some really cool places that she lived at, and she can remember, yeah, we used to go dancing here or there, and blah, 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 blah. A lot of history. Mom's is really probably more interesting than mine.
Well, I thought yours
Yeah.
was interesting, especially when we went on our way out, when we got gas and you got me the meal that we've been talking about. You've been talking about this stuff for a long time. What is it again?
Yeah. Me and Jeremy call it our redneck meal. It consists of a pizza roll, a gas station pizza roll, and Funyuns and a Mountain Dew. We call it our redneck meal. So whenever we go back to eastern Kentucky, we'll like stop and get that. I picked up 6 of them because I brought Jeremy.
Yeah, we
and
bought
Andrew back.
6.
Yeah.
And they were big. I don't know if you could tell in the picture, but they were big.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
big, and you can only find them in eastern Kentucky. I don't know why. You can't find them anywhere else. So
Yeah.
I've never.
It was
found
good.
them. So it's just like a treat. There's nothing healthy about it. That's for sure. But that was yeah. Pizza rolls was such a big deal.
Yeah.
I
It was
loved
really
it.
good. It was
So
worth the
Jennifer
wait
got
because
it.
that was like the first food that we ate the whole day that we, cause
Yeah.
we only had appetizers at Drake. So then
Yeah.
on the way out, I was scarfing that thing down. It was good. It was worth the wait.
God. Yeah, everybody texted me, how did she like it? How did she like it? People back home, because, we love her pizza rolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think everybody was pretty friendly. We didn't see a lot of people until we got to Drake's, but everybody was friendly, So,
Yeah. And then I left on Monday, and that Monday that I left was the day of the total eclipse.
yes.
So I know you got to see it in Kentucky, and
Yeah,
then
I
I
think we got to
stopped
see it
in
really
Dayton, and I got to see it in Dayton, and we got to see it for like 2 minutes and 43 seconds in Dayton, I think. I got some really good pictures of it.
Oh, Penny did too. Yeah.
That was so cool. It was so cool to see it all happening from start
I
to
think the
finish.
next
That
one
was
is
like
supposed to
so
be in
exciting.
Egypt, and it's supposed to last twice as long. Penny is already wanting to go. She's already
Egypt.
planning to go to Egypt to see the next one. It's supposed to be like 6 minutes long.
Oh wow. Wow.
So just make
Yeah,
sure
so that
everything's
was really
safe.
cool.
'Cause I think Egypt for a while was like not safe to go to. It started getting kind of scary.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't hear that. I don't watch
That's
the
all
news
I
as much
know.
as I should though these days. Ugh, I'm so
Well,
bad.
this was a while ago. My aunt went with her husband, and they rode camels and everything. But I think it's right before everything started getting bad. It might be fine now. I'm not sure
Oh.
about that. Not sure about
But
that. So
I'd be
I
willing to
hope you
travel
like
to
your,
go see another one. That would be
yeah,
fun.
go Penny's. That's where she wants to go. So
That would be
overall, I think
fun.
you had a. I try to not drag you everywhere. I try to make because it's usually not how you and I do. We usually just chill wherever we go. We just chill. Like we don't usually
Yeah.
drag each other places. But yeah, I wanted to take you to Keeneland just because it was just it's spring meet. I wanted you to see what that was like, and then I wanted you to come for Easter. Now everybody's like really hoping you'll come for Christmas. I'm like, I don't know if she will or
Aw.
not, but I asked her last year. I'm like, I'll ask her again this year.
That's right around my son's birthday too. His birthday's
I
and right around
know.
your birthday too.
Yeah,
Shoot, you're the
yeah.
21st. He's the 23rd, and then Christmas
Oh yeah,
25th.
yeah,
So we'll have to see what's going. Maybe I can get
yeah.
Cam to come with me if I can come. That would be
Exactly.
cool. If I could
That
get
would
him to
be
roll out
cool.
with me,
That'd be
that would be a
cool.
miracle. That would be a
Yeah,
Christmas miracle.
because we are Christmas fools here. Like we go all out. We decorate the house inside, outside. I don't know how many trees in the house. We celebrate it. I'm actually going to put my tree up this year, well before Thanksgiving, because I feel like just 4 weeks is just not enough. I need more time. The amount of money and time you put into Christmas, I want to enjoy it. So
So you're
I'm
one
going
of
to
those that skips
thoroughly.
Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving gets skipped, and you just go. You get your
Yep.
Christmas decorations all out and
Yep.
just go for
My
broke.
my Thanksgiving decorations are out very short. Then it's all
Wow.
Christmas. Because usually I'll host my family here too for Thanksgiving. So I'm like, oh, I want
Hmm.
to do it like Christmas when they're here. So yeah, I love Christmas. We celebrate it every night. We watch different Christmas movie every single night,
Oh,
and then
cool.
we make a big deal of
Cool.
decorating the tree, play Christmas music, and bake cookies and all that fun stuff. We're corny
Oh.
like that. My kids used to hate it, but now I see that Penny really loves it for her kids, though. So I'm like,
Yeah.
we wasn't that corny. So it's passed over to the next generation.
Cool. I don't know what it is with me and every friend that I have. Well, most of my friends, they
Oh,
all love
Becky's
to decorate.
insane.
Like you love to decorate. Becky loves to decorate. And then my
Becky's another
sister and my
level on
mom.
decorating. She's like should be in those
Everyone loves to
Christmas
decorate.
shows.
I
Oh my
don't.
god.
I'm the only one that doesn't like to
Well,
decorate.
I don't really like to decorate. I have scaled way back over the years. I've definitely simplified it a lot more. And I think Jeremy's kind of getting to the point where he's like, I kind of want to go back to being a little bit tacky again. But I really did scale back a whole lot. I get overwhelmed when I get all the decorations out, and I'm like, where did I put all this last year? But Jeremy takes care of the outside, and then last year we had the piping done around the top of our house, the lights. That was so fun. I like that. That was worth every penny. And Rose did every side of her house piping. So, because you can see that the lights were on the top of the house. Like we hired some people to come do it. Yeah, they're called piping. Yeah, I didn't know what that meant either. And then Matt and Amanda has theirs done for their kids. And Penny can do hers herself because her house is low enough to the ground. You can get on a ladder and hang lights. But here we can't. It's just too high up. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad you came. Yeah. Yeah. I have that's some good memories. I do have some good memories. That's what me and a couple of my brothers was talking about the other day. But I do have some real good memories. So, but I'm glad you got to go. So, yay. Now I had to go to San Diego and see where you and Becky and Christy grew up, which I know is totally different, obviously, because you had hospitals and stores close by. Like if we want to go grocery shopping, an 8 lane. Let me cipher that for a. Okay, I got it. I love it. But you can take me to the beach to go to. You can show me the school you went to. You can show me where you used to go roller skating. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. Yeah, we got a plan. We need to make a plan to go out there. Becky's like, you can stay with my mom. Yeah. Every time I hear Oceanside, I think of that show Animal Kingdom. Have you ever seen it? Yeah, it's a little racy, but they live in Oceanside. So I always think of them when you're so welcome. Yeah, I'm always like, make yourself at home. You're hungry, go get you something out of the kitchen. Do whatever you want. And Jennifer does. She does her thing when she's here. So you don't have to, like, entertain her. She's self-entertained. You are very, very easy. That's why I like it. It's like, I could see you just living with us. You could just move on in. I love your home. I know you had, like, my towels laid out. You had candy setting out for me. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that trip. I really did. And I'm going to definitely come up there this coming month. And I want to see David, too. Yeah. See David, see how he's doing. I will. Oh, it'd be crazy. No, they act like idiots when they're together. Lou, they act like they have no sense. They have no sense. He is. Yeah, Luther wants to go, don't you, Lou? You go see Jennifer? You go bye-bye? He's like, sure. He's a good travel dog, too. He'll bring his little cage, too. That's what he likes to sleep in. He feels safe in it. And then when we're gone, we stick him in it. Oh, cool. Oh. Yeah, you remember how I traveled with him down to Florida? Take his bed and his cage and all that. Awesome. I'm ready. I got it. Yeah, me and Jeremy need to do something about our walks here. We really do. They're funky. Well, thank you, Jennifer, for doing this episode with me. I think we're going to do another one sometime soon about Love is Blind, right? Yeah, I got all my notes. Here. Yes. Okay. Well, life happens. Yeah, and I thought sometime, I don't know if Jeremy will do it. I'd like to have Jeremy on here too sometime. He's got so many good stories of his childhood. Jeremy's childhood was way different from mine. He had a very just incredible childhood. Some really awesome stories about his sister torturing him, which is really funny. How we met, things like that, But yeah, I even have questions drawn up from a while ago. I was like, maybe I don't want Jeremy to think I don't want him on here. I just don't know if he'd want to be on it, so I'll ask him. Yeah. Questions. That's right. I loved it. I know. It is. All righty, girl. Bye, y'all. That was good.